Hey guys, how you doing? What I want to do right now is I want to do a really quick and dirty video showing you how to, or one way of taking a database that you have where we have these underscore things going on for our prefixes. Because what we're going to do a lot here is we're going to take one of our existing setups and we're going to roll it into our next lab or our next assignment. So you can see I have a lab 2 and then a lab 3 one. I'm going to use the lab 3 ones for my example since I need to actually package them up for you guys anyway. So I want to, when I go to my database over here, I want to make sure I just click on this top part so I'm at the root of my database. So if I happen to be into one of the course lists like this or something like that, I just come up here, look for localhost, name of the database, and then I'll see all these databases down in this kind of checkbox form. Whatever ones I'm looking to back up, I'm just going to take a quick click on like so. It can be 1, it can be 5, it can be 50, it doesn't matter. At this point I'm going to go and select export. Okay, so I can do a quick export, I can do a custom export. Probably best that I do a custom export because apparently the first part I did didn't matter. So in my custom export, it's just a multi-select. Too bad it's not the multi-select we'll be using once you get your lab done. Looks a little prettier. Just a matter of click on it, hold down on the control button to add an extra one, or you can click on one of them, then hold the shift button down and go to the end of the list. Up to you how you do it. Just make sure you have just those 4 that are selected. You can get it to save it to an output file. There's a bunch of different ways you can have it done. Just make sure you pick on the SQL as your way of downloading it. Keeps your life a whole lot easier. Most of the rest of the options can stay like they are. At this point you can just say OK. Now you have your file here. If I go to open this file, I'm just going to show it in the folder for a second. So you see the files here, right click on the file, say open the file with WordPad or any other text editor you have. If you want, don't use Notepad. Notepad will destroy what you got there. Alright, as you scroll down through, you can see all these have lab 3 in them. If I want to replace all the lab 3s and make them lab 4s, all I have to do is click on replace, type lab 3 underscore, then replace it with lab 4 underscore, replace all. When I save this file, I'll now be good to go. It'll actually go up into the next version for me. So let me just save this one as, I'll call this lab4.sql. I'll quote around it too. If you do save as, put quotes around it, or else you'll get the .txt extension onto the end of it, and then it may or may not work for you. That's the other little gotcha. All right, now so that let me do it as lab 4. I'm going to do it again to flick it back to the lab 3 mode. So I'll make that lab 4 because they're all lab 4s right now. Replace all the lab 4s with lab 3s. Replace. The only thing you want to be careful of there is if you use something in your data itself that matched exactly that. So if somewhere in your data that you had in your table, you might have had lab 3 underscore as some of the text in one of your tables, that's going to get switched as well. But that's why you kind of pick strange sounding prefixes to do stuff with. Alright, so again, I'll come up here. I'm going to say file save as. I want to save it as lab3.sql. Again, I'm putting quotes around it so that it saves the way I expect it to save. And I'm good to go. Alright, now once you have that part done, so right now I already have lab 3 in, so to show you what's going to go on, I'm going to go, instead of to export, I'm going to go to import. So we've done our export. That's saving it. That's making a copy. Now I'm going to browse my system. They happen to get saved to my download folder, so I'll go to my download folder. You see I got the 2 files that I saved, so I'm going to pick 4 this time, since that's the one I changed. Then the only other thing I got to do is I just scroll to the bottom, make sure that's selected to SQL, and I say OK. And now you see they're there, 1, 2, 3, 4 exact copies of the table that I had before, or the tables I had before, but they're now in. They now have a new prefix on them. So I think that should help. That should help you guys kind of get through some of this stuff a little bit quicker. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.